All right, it is time for us to go over NFL Week 8, decoding the betting odds to get you some sports picks. This is right off my Patreon. And yes, without further ado, let's get going. The Thursday night game, 10:29, Atlanta versus Carolina. All right, Coach Robert Morris, the new interim head coach for the Falcons, can get his 19th win of his career. And Coach Rule is coaching his 8th game as well. 8th career game. 19 is the 8th prime number. And Falcons can stay on 19 losses all time versus the Panthers. And yeah, Carolina favored on money line at minus 150, a lot like 15. Atlanta equals 15, which is the minus 150 money line. Atlanta equals 15, and Panthers equals 47, which is the 15th prime number. Let me show you guys that. Let me take that off. Atlanta. There you go. There's the 15. And let me add a few. Hold on. There we go. Atlanta equals 15, and Panthers equals 47, as you can see in the single reduction. The English ordinal is A equals 1, Z is 26. Reverse ordinal is the opposite. Z is 1, A is 26. Full reduction is when you apply the rules of numerology, and single reduction is when you apply the rules of numerology with the maximum value of S, which S is the 19th letter. That's the only digit you have to reduce twice to get to a single one. But anyway, and that's how you get these numbers. And reverse is obviously the reverse of the full reduction. When you apply the rules of numerology, you add. So like T would be, you subtract, T would be 2 plus 0, 2 minus 0, it doesn't matter. 2 equals 2. And yeah, you always do that, and you get your values for the full reduction and do it in reverse, which is what Z is 1, A is 26, and you would do it in reverse. And that's how you get these values. But let's continue. Carolina is favored at minus 160 on the money line on 16 date numerology. And as you can see, I have the date numerology right here posted already, all the different values of the date. You just add the dates together, and you get those values. So for example, 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 would get you 14. Or 1 plus 2 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0, and you don't include the last 20, you would get 12. And that's how you would get these values. But let's continue. Falcons underdogs at plus 140 on 14 date numerology. Panthers equals 43, the 14th prime number. Panthers equals 43, the 14th prime number. All right. I will be posting my picks directly after this video, and they will be available on my Patreon. So hit me up there. Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Steelers underdogs at minus 160 money line, like 16 and 61. A span of 61 days left in the year. The game is on 16 date numerology. 61 is the 18th prime number. 61 is the 18th prime number. Baltimore is favored at minus 180. There's your 18. 61 is 18. 61 is the 18th prime number, and Baltimore is favored at minus 180. Let me get that off. Minus 180 on multiple websites. It's also the 49th game between the teams, and Steelers equals 49, as you can see here. And the Steelers can get their 26th win all time versus Ravens. And Ravens are favored at minus 26 on the money line. And yeah, the Steelers can also stay on 25 wins all time versus Ravens, and Ravens equals 25 on 25 date numerology. Let me type that in. And you can see right here, Ravens equals 25 in the most pure cipher. Let's continue with Minnesota versus Green Bay. Minnesota can become 2-5 with a win on 25 date numerology. They can get their second win of the year, while they are underdogs at plus 250 on the money line. The Vikings are underdogs at plus 255 money line. Green Bay equals 255. 2 plus 5 equals 12, and the game is on 12 date numerology, as we just went over. Packers equals 37. Vikings equals 37. The 12th prime number. 37 is the 12th prime number. And Minnesota Vikings equals 201. A lot like the number 12. Let me show you guys that. Packers. Get off the screen. Packers equals 37. Vikings equals 37. And I could have kept that on. And as you can see, Minnesota Vikings equals 201, a lot like 12. And yeah, they're favored at plus 255. 2 plus 5 equals 12. All right, Minnesota also equals 52, and the game is on 52 date numerology. Let me show you guys that. There you go, 52 at the reverse full reduction at the end. And Green Bay is favored at minus 300, which is basically the number 3 in numerology, and it is also 3 date numerology. Let's continue. The Jets versus the Chiefs. All right, Chiefs are favored at minus 1800 money line, a lot like 18, with the game on 61 days remaining in the year. 61 is the 18th prime number. So there you go. Kansas City is also favored at minus 3,000. Minus 3,000. Huge favorites. A lot like the number 3, and the game is on 3 date numerology. How do we get 3? 1 plus 1 plus 1. The 11/1. 1 plus 1 plus 1. November 1st. Jets are underdogs at plus 1,200. That's basically a number 3 right there. And another 3. Game is on 12 date numerology. And NY equals 12. Let me show you. There you go. All right. Chiefs can become 7-1 on the season, a lot like 71, which is the 20th prime number, of course, while favored on the money line at minus 200. Coincidence? I think not. Coach Andy Reid can get his 84th win as head coach. 8 weeks, 4 days left in the year. And New York Jets equals 48, the mirror number. New England versus... Wait, where am I at? New England versus Buffalo. Let me go back up. New England versus Buffalo. Patriots equals 53, the 16th prime number, and the game is on 16 date numerology. Buffalo is favored at minus 160, minus 160, a lot like the mirror number 61. 61 days left in the year from this date, and 61 is the 18th prime number. Bills equals 18. Let's do that first. Equals 53. That's the 16th prime number. Let me show you. There you go, 16. Bills equals 18. Right there. And 61 is the 18th prime number. 120th game between the teams, a lot like 12. Patriots equals 37, the 12th prime number. Pats are underdogs at plus 165 on the money line. 1 plus 6 plus 5 equals 12. Let's continue. Chargers and Denver. LA Chargers versus Denver. Broncos can remain at 52 losses all time versus Chargers. Chargers equals 52. Let me show you that. Chargers equals 52 right there in single reduction. You apply the S. 1 plus 9. S is the 19th letter. Game is on 52 date numerology. And Broncos can remain at 52 losses all time versus the Chargers. Either team can become 2-5 as well on 25 and 52 date numerology. Both teams are 2-4, I believe. Both teams are 2-4. Let me go to football. Yes. Both teams are 2-4. Yes. All right. And Chargers equals 52. Coach Vic Fangio's birthday was 2 months, 5 days ago, or 67 days ago. Broncos can remain on 67 wins all time versus the Chargers. 67. Let me show you guys that. The Broncos. This is how they calculate they keep the stats on these games here. Go to head to head. And LA Chargers right here, 67. I have it highlighted and circling it. 120th game. 121st game between the teams also, but 67. They can remain on 67 wins. And his birthday was 67 days ago. Trust me, this stuff matters. Birthday was also 9 weeks, 4 days ago, and Denver equals 94. Let me show you. Denver equals 94 in reverse ordinal. Z is 1, A is 26, and add the digits together. You get 94.